I'm Janice Banther, and today we're going to talk about a subject that a lot of people ask. Doesn't matter how long you've been a doula, sometimes from the very start, and even those who are very seasoned doulas. What's inside your doula bag? One time I was talking to a doula who's been doing this just as long as I have, and we talked, it's gotten to the place where a lot of times all I take out of my doula bag is my camera and my chart that I chart things down on for my own files, and that's just about it. But there are a lot of things I do carry in there. I found I'm carrying less and less as time goes on. I put a few more things in there this time because you might want to have those. And you might also be thinking of things that you should say, hey Janice, why didn't you add so-and-so? And if you have ideas and things like that, please put it in the box below, or else email me, or there's places below where you can contact me. I'd love to know. First place, before I even get to my doula bag, I wear lots of pockets, and if you look at my YouTube that says video that about what to wear, it has on there what I suggest about wearing. And what I keep in my pockets is my phone on vibrate. I keep business cards in my pockets so I can pull it out anytime I need to for anyone who comes in the birthing room and they need to know my information. Hand sanitizer I keep close by because a lot of times when moms do go to the bathroom, they forget to wash their hands. And so I'll say as we get settled and say, hey, you want to put some stuff in your hands? Because remember, you're holding their hands too the whole time, and they're touching a lot of things. So this is just to keep their hands clean and to keep your hands clean. And it's just like a little side note, almost every hospital now has the hand sanitizer as soon as you walk in, and it just shows the mom that you are taking care. Anytime you walk in and out, to give your hands a good clean with those things that they have on the side of the wall now by the door. I also keep a pen in my pocket because I know I'm going to lose this, and I'm going to use the pen that's inside there. One of those I will lose sometime during the birth, but I keep a pen in my pocket too. My doula bag. For years and years and years, I've carried backpacks for a doula bag, and the reason is because my hands are free. I think I've been doing this for, oh my goodness, I think I've been carrying a backpack for over 20 years. I think so. So, as I always say, I started at the age of 12. First thing I do is I have my name tag, and I have it tacked onto the side of my birthing bag, so I know where it is. I know where it is at all times, and I can just clip it on my clothes, and I'm ready, and I know it's there. I don't have to go fighting for it. I also have whatever I'm going to be drinking to keep myself awake in my cooler or warmer. Here I have things that are separate in this zipper that I want to make sure doesn't get anything else. If you watched my video on how to help moms with panic attacks during birth, that's why I have these little this Ziploc bag with some cotton balls in it. It's got some blended essential oil on there to help the mom to become more calm and more in the here and now, which is what you want, is to give them a smell for that. And here are some essential oils that are already blended that I buy, that I use for the mom for different things that I keep in a bag. The next part I have is, these are very, very cheap speakers. Very cheap. I've had more. When I started doing this, I was using tape recorders. That's how long ago. And I would buy the cheapest, smallest tape recorder because I knew eventually a dad was going to, or a partner was going to knock it off and the table or the monitor or something, and it would break. And I went through quite a few, so I would never pay very much for it. This is about $5. And I have, someone gave me an old iPad. I mean, this is the very, very first one they ever put out. But you know what? I can still download music on it, and I have all kinds of genres on here. So if the mom doesn't have any music with her, I can put this out, and I can carry this around easily. If this thing gets broken, it's no big deal. I think it cost me, like I said, about $5. And this would detach before it came loose. In the main section, probably the main thing I have in here is my bag. I don't carry a purse inside the hospital or inside a birthing center or even inside a home birth. And the reason is it's just too many things to keep up with. So I have my personal things inside here. My ID, I carry no credit cards, anything like that. It's just my ID. There are times you might all have to leave the room. God forbid you have a cesarean birth, and you have to leave your things there in the room if you're going to be going into the birth with her. So you don't want to leave a lot of valuable things there. So I have things like my toothpaste, toothbrush, anything I need to freshen myself up with is in this bag, and plus a lot of change if I got to get something out of the machine. Different doulas live off different things at births. Some live off of, I have one that lives off, a friend of mine lives off goldfish, cheddar cheese goldfish, and another friend of mine lives off this thing. It looks like birdseed, but it's a health food chunk thing. I love it when we have to do a birth together because I get to eat that. I live off breakfast cereal bars, and so they're stuffed in there so that way it doesn't take me out of her room. I only bring one massage tool, and that's the Dolphin. I call him Mr. Dolphin. And honestly, I just think he's just the neatest thing since sliced bread. And I can just hit certain points, and moms just love him, and moms pretty much love almost any massage tool you'll pull out. They'll just, I wish somebody would massage my back, but they just love this. And probably anything that you have would work, but we all just kind of get close to one certain thing. I also have a thing of lotion, and I make it cheap lotion. This is Lubriderm. It can be anything as long as it doesn't have any oil in it. That would not be good for the mom if she was to use it on certain places of her body. And this is so I can massage her feet, her back, her hands, anything like that. I also sometimes carry massage oil that has maybe a little bit of a lavender or something in it that's already blended in there. So it just depends, but this is what I have in there for right now. I also carry a bottle of water, and if you watched my video on comfort measures, you'll know why. Because not only do I drink the water, but then I can take the water, I can take what water I have drank out here, empty it out, and fill it full of hot water. You can learn about different ways of comforting mothers. Excuse me, different ways of comforting mothers with really just a water bottle. So I keep that in there. This is great to have. It's called Birth Companion, and you can buy this from childbirthgraphics.com. I think most of you have probably heard of that organization. They're great. They have a lot of things that you can buy for your classes, for breastfeeding, for all kinds of subjects. But this reminds them like of the chart, you know, the happy face, we call it the face chart in childbirth classes. And it has a lot of the other charts that you used, visuals that you used in your childbirth class, where they might have had their childbirth class. But it also talks about positions in here, and every once in a while there's kind of a strange position, and I'll say, and maybe I can't explain it to a nurse who's in the room or a birth assistant. I can say, this is what I'm trying to think might work. And a lot of times it's what's really helped a mom avoid a cesarean or a transfer, is be able to get in certain positions that maybe I couldn't explain well, but I had a picture to show them, and to show the mom too what I was trying to say. I keep this in there. This is a reusable, first time I've ever seen this, a reusable rice sock. And it's like a vinyl. I don't think it is vinyl, but it's like a vinyl, and you can put this in the freezer. You can also put this in the microwave. And you wash it off, it's ready for your next client. And you can get this from yourdoulabag.com. Yourdoulabag.com. And I picked the small one. I'm pretty sure this is the small one. I also carry a couple of diapers in there, not because I don't think the hospitals or the birthing centers got diapers for the babies, but I use these as, if you looked at the video that I do have on comfort measures, you'll read on there why. And I used to carry them all the time, then I stopped and thought, where I'm going, they're going to have them. And then a couple of times I got in a birth where there were no diapers in the basket that they had ready for the baby. They had not restocked it. So after that, I learned my lesson to start carrying a couple of my own. And you can look at that video to show you what I use these for as far as comfort measures for the mom. These are positive affirmations that I have on a ring. They're laminated, and they're all different colors. I had a mom I was teaching a private class to, and she saw my large 8.5 by 11 affirmations I had, and I said, you know, if you want, you can take these home and put these on small cards, the one that you really like, and just bring them back next week. And so she came back the next week with something like with this. And I looked at the, oh my goodness, they're laminated, different colors, each one's cut with different kinds of scissors, and nice font to read. She says, what can I say? I used to be a kindergarten teacher. And so I loved it so much, she made one for me. So I have one, and I've used this with all 3 of her births. And she keeps adding more and more, and she'll give them to me. And if a mother has some that she thinks she would like, I add them in here too. I can just rinse these off, and they're clean for the next client, and they're ready to go, just like that. And of course I have in here her file. This is the information that has the letter of agreement that she signed. It has the consent to photograph that she signed. It has her information from her prenatal interview to answer questions of how I know better ways that make her comfortable. All the information on her is in here, plus paperwork I need to keep filled out about certain medical interventions did take place, if they did happen, and they're recorded in here, because she might ask me, well, when did that happen? And I can know by looking at her chart. And so that, and there's a pin on here because I know I will lose the pin. It's in my pocket. I also carry, every once in a while, these are not surgical scissors, but hospital scissors is the best way to say it. It's got a very blunt end, and I use these to cut the diapers with. It's the only reason why I carry them when I use that comfort measure. That is what's in my doula bag. So, like I said, a lot of times I don't take hardly any of this stuff out. I used to carry rebozo to use it for rebozo things and also for the tug of war for pushing. I now use whatever they have there at the hospital, the short sheets, or a lot of times at the birthing centers they already have those, and it just keeps from me having to carry as much. I don't carry a birth ball anymore because I encourage my moms to buy one. If they don't have one and they can't afford one, then of course I'll bring mine. But that way it keeps my hands more free, and they already have that at their home for comfort measures and for better positionings in early labor before I even get there. I hope you like what you saw, and maybe, like I said, you bring different things in your doula bag, and if you have better ideas or need ideas, say, hey Janice, what about so-and-so? Please put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye-bye.